Wait, which camera was it? Was it this one? Hi!
3, 2,
Hi!
hi!
Hey there!
Hello, everyone!
Hey there! Welcome to another Undead Labs weekly stream. I'm Jeff. I'm taking over for Jeffrey. We've got, as usual, Brant, and we also have Brian Giaime here.
Hey, guys.
Our systems designer, and we're going to be taking you through some of the brand new Zedhunter content. So, Brian, why don't you tell us a bit about what's going on?
I'd love to. So first, let's let you guys take a peek. The first thing you'll notice is that you have not seen this weapon or this crosshair or these icons before. This is a crossbow. We have crossbows now. I'm really excited that we have crossbows now. They're completely quiet. They don't break. The shots arc. You can actually collect your ammo again, depending on if it doesn't hit a rock or not. And if you get lucky, you can use skills to get better at recovering those bolts.
And there's not just one.
No, what do we have, 8? I think we have 8 crossbows.
I believe there's 8 crossbows.
There are 8 crossbows.
I don't think they gave you all 8. I think there's like 6 of them.
We'll figure the rest out.
Yeah.
There we go. I love the long distance shots. So this is the classic. This is the closest we get to your sort of traditional Grandpa's attic crossbow. We do.
Yes, because everyone's grandfather has a crossbow in the attic.
Is that not true? I've been acting under false assumptions.
My grandfather didn't have an attic.
Well, I'm learning a lot.
Did he keep his in the root cellar?
With the potatoes and the preserves.
No, my grandfather actually had a really interesting house. He was an architect, and for whatever reason, that meant that his house had to be built entirely out of parallelograms, and it was a single floor.
Oh, like the library in Seattle.
Yeah.
All right, so some of these are better for long range. Some of those are more close range. We can switch to a combat crossbow, which is a little bit more militarized.
Has an optic
Handy dandy red dot sights. We can get some zoom in there, so we can lead our fire just right. They also make noise when they hit, so I can actually use these to lead zombies where I want them. And so if I want to get them away from somewhere, and I'm only left with a pile of crossbow bolts, we can more or less Pied Piper them where we want them to go, line up a decent shot, and there.
Nice.
And get some good distance on that.
And you can even see one of the bolts that Brian fired actually survived the hit and is sitting there ready for you to go get it.
So let's get a little bit closer. We'll show off some of the other stuff we've got today. I've also got some melee weapons, some close combat weapons. So if we
I love the new close combat that Mark made.
I want to be sneaky, but this crawler's going to see me.
Did we actually get the close combat weapons?
We did.
Okay, cool.
I did.
Nice.
So I think we're not going to see it yet. Actually, if I quickly unequip this. There's the karambit doing some dirty work. Actually spin that thing around properly. Some of our experts will know this is super helpful for the grapple kill. We can just do a quick little get behind him and then pop one of these.
Oh, look at that.
Love this thing. Oh no! Problem with getting in too close for the kill.
It's quite rude.
It is. Let's see, so we'll put the melee weapon back on. So the crossbow bolts hanging on the ground. You can see them from a pretty decent distance, so we can tell how many we have over in the field. And you can just hit Y a bunch of times on console. You'll pick those right up.
And there are 2 different types of bolts?
There are. So some crossbows use light bolts. Well, we'll switch to one of those now, such as the light crossbow, which should be... Might have left that one back at base. So we'll switch to that. Luckily, we are over here at the police station. The majority of crossbows use standard bolts, which can take out a zombie's limb. So if we go for the leg shot, you'll see that knock the limb off, knock the guy down, set their head up for an easier shot next.
Leon, all close combat weapons are the same power.
Yes, there's no stats on them. They just look cool.
It's just, a karambit. It's made for, close fighting,
It's made for karambiting. You karambit the zombies.
Exactly, that's a verb.
It is now. All right, so we show...
Is it karambiting or karambiting?
That's really left as an exercise to the viewer.
Crumbone.
It's probably not that. I don't know what he's talking about.
Pretty sure that's not it, but that's okay. It was a good try.
Yeah. So we can try and line up.
Dell, hi. Mr. Dart,
that was way too
hi.
high.
Sailor Wolf, hello.
Oh, our friends are here. Thanks,
Kate
guys.
Sizzle, is that how I say that?
You can let us know if we're wrong.
We got Soviet manhunters.
Those are exciting. All right, so we'll try showing you guys some of the other crossbows. There's also a homemade and homemade scoped crossbow. So we'll show you guys in a little bit that the workshop is going to be really helpful with all this new crossbow stuff.
So the homemade is my personal favorite for no particular reason.
He made it. He made it himself.
I don't think you've got the homemade one in there.
Well, then we'll just have to.
Then
Oh.
you'll just
Perhaps
to
we
go
have
to
a
the
workshop where we can show you guys how to make
Could we
your
make
own
one?
crossbows and crossbow bolts. So even at tier 1 of your workshop, if you guys go all the way down, you'll notice a new section between vehicle toolkits and decoys. So for parts and materials, you can make regular bolts. For the same price, you can also make slightly more light bolts, which are used for the smaller crossbows. So you don't have to spend ammo at all to make ammunition for these, and you can recover your ammo. So they are way more economical to use on a day-to-day basis without having to leverage huge piles of bullets in your stores. We also took the craft attachments menu and added a crossbow section to it. So we can now make homemade crossbows, and if you've got an engineer or a person with knowledge of engineering in the community, you can make a homemade scoped crossbow, which fires the larger bolts and has quite a bit of zoom on it. For now, we'll go ahead and make a homemade crossbow that will show up somewhere in this big pile of crossbows.
Sorry, not sorry.
Right, there it is. So this thing, I love the design of this brand. I really do. We've got, it's a crutch with is that a brake handle?
Yeah, a bike handle.
Bike brake handle, and then you can look
and then
in.
there's a leaf spring from some really tiny car, like
Yep.
the world's smallest go-kart.
So it's very homemade. And, I don't think we have any engineers, so we can't do the scoped one yet, but we might fix that later.
Oh, I love the scope too.
Oh, it's pretty excellent. We can do a little bit of cheating later if we want to see that. So we've also got some melee weapons. This one is the Mamba. All of the melee weapons in the Zedhunter update are silent. They actually don't make noise when you fight zombies. So if you are fighting a couple of guys and you're a little bit too close to a horde for comfort, you will make less noise in the fight than if you had done with other weapons. So they're a little bit better for being sneaky. Like if you are, for example, next to a Plague Heart. For which crossbows are not an ideal weapon, but they are very useful for getting close by taking out all the zombies on the way.
We do have a question from Han Solo Dolo.
Go for it.
So crossbows don't wear down, right?
Nope, they're like bolt-action weapons and revolvers. They do not break or jam.
Cool.
They are great survivalist tools for extended forays into the apocalypse.
By the way, I would like to point out that one of the crossbows is branded to Han Solo Dolo, simply to thank Han Solo for his years of support of the game.
Nice.
We appreciate you.
Yep.
They
Thank you so
also
much.
they also increase the drop rate for plague samples. You can be a little bit more surgical in pulling stuff out of a zombie with these, so you actually get more plague samples when you fight plague zombies with them. Do you know which crossbow that was, Brant?
It's the fancy compound with the red camo.
So we will go and grab that next. So we've shown you guys two major kinds of crossbow. We've got the light ones and the standard ones. The standard ones sometimes appear with optics. We also have the lightest light crossbow. So this thing only weighs a pound. This is made of like modern ultralight materials. So if you just want like a long range trip, especially if you're doing a marathon build where you want to maintain that instant sprint because you're not carrying too much stuff, the light crossbow is fantastic for that. It does fire the smaller bolts, so you're making a trade-off there. And then on the other side of the spectrum, we have what we refer to internally as the heavy crossbows. So we have the hunting crossbow, which I think is the one Brant is talking about, and then the sniper crossbow.
Hey, let's get this rough one out of the way. Can you attach fireworks or bombs to the bolts?
No, we do
No.
have some stuff that came out with the Independence Pack that's
Kind of similar.
pretty much that idea,
Yeah.
although it plays out very differently. The idea with these crossbows is much more to encourage stealthy gameplay and to get you to try to revisit encounters you've seen before and give you a different enough tool that you use them in new ways. We didn't want to try and double down on the stuff that we did in the Independence Pack, so we really wanted to make these sing on their own. So this is the faster reloading crossbow. You'll notice it's a little bit less tedious and a little bit more friendly to this scenario of slowly backpedaling while they chase me. Assuming I can actually land hits. There we go.
Oh wow! Waiting till the last second. Wait till you see the reds of their eyes in this case.
Pretty much. Or you'll miss,
Or
and they'll
stick it in.
just stick out of the zombie, and you can make some
Ouch.
fun porcupines out of that. We've had some fun just trying to figure out how many bolts you can stick in a Juggernaut before he goes down. He gets kind of thorny.
It's a lot.
It's a lot. It's a lot of crossbow bolts. So we can take a look at the hunting crossbow next.
What skills affect crossbow usage? This is from late
Late Chrononaut.
Chrononaut.
So why
Sorry,
don't we-
I can't. The contrast on our screen.
Yeah, this is.
Can we switch to the ugly cam for a second?
Sure.
Could I make
Ugly
it-
cam.
Okay, here we are.
All right.
So
Back to the
let's
game.
look
I'll
at
just
what
let it play for a
skills
while.
affect crossbows. So certain specializations give you some stuff, others are not related. I don't think this character has any of the crossbow skills. I think it's resourcefulness,
Maybe.
right? Now's a good time to try our new respec books,
Oh, yes.
who happen to allow you to take any of the core skills that you've got, no matter what specialization you picked, and
Okay,
then
let's go
set them
back
back
and,
down.
and underline this. What are you going to do right now, Brian?
So, first, I'm going to pick a specialization for this character's wit skill. Then,
There's zombies dying literally right behind you.
Yeah, the guy,
you know, we're at base. My guys have got this. They're up there. They're
They're
manning
up
the
there,
fort. I'm not worried
raining
about
fire.
it. Right, this is a safe spot, okay? It's a safe spot. All right, so if we go over to the consumables section, let's see, we want to get the, what skill are we looking at? We're looking at discipline, which is wits-based, so we want the mental training manual. So I can take this, and it'll actually allow me to switch my wits specialization for a new one. So
That's huge.
Go ahead and confirm that.
Ah.
Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. Nothing happened. Anyway, so we can do that, and then we'll bounce over, and you'll notice that I lost the specialization I picked before. And we can bounce over to here, and now we have access to all of the different specializations that the game has for wits, except for the special Red Talon versions. That's just for the Daybreak DLC. And you will notice that the resourcefulness skill allows you to increase your crossbow bolt recovery odds.
Look at that.
So just like that. Also give us
Mr.
some
Dart,
fun bonus. Pick
yeah,
specializations
we
for
wouldn't be
everyone else.
having this broadcast with all the cool stuff without hacking crazy.
Oh, we gotta show you the best version of this, and as you know from playing the game, it can take some time to get the best versions of stuff. Try hacking. Let's see, I think we could then. Whoops.
Silenced hippie. That kind of talk will get you banned. All right, let's see.
That's a lot of stuff.
Oh, so we had a question a while ago that I totally missed. From I think it was Leon or someone like that, asking if the new weapons are going to show up in like weapon sheds and things like that. Yes.
Great question. So this is a genuine extension of State of Decay 2.
Yes.
We added all this stuff to all the systems that you would normally rely on to get stuff in the base game as you played it without having purchased any DLC. You'll find crossbows in gun stores, occasionally in barns, rarely in like homes or civilian environments. There's some special military style ones that you can get from some new missions that we added, which will also just start showing up. On that note, I will elegantly segue to the mysterious broadcasts that we spawned earlier and has since despawned since we started the stream. But if you see mysterious broadcast missions on the map, it is a new class of mission and it is a way to tell that you're looking at some of the new content. Those all are related to the new set of weapons and consumables that we've created here. We will also show you some of the consumables after we get to that. If you wouldn't mind, once more with the ugly cam, unless we want to try the extra double secret version of this, but that might be time consuming. So why don't we do some ugly cam for now?
Ugly cam.
Ugly cam. Why don't we take some questions from chat while we go ahead and set this mission up
Let's
for you
take some
guys?
questions. Oh, that's Procrastinator Tracker. It's my.
It is.
You're looking to trade. Just come on by. We got some deals.
Questions from chat?
Yeah. So.
Nomadic Gray. We don't have a system for full weapon customization at this point.
Yeah.
So, and as believe me when I say
You believe
we
him.
have always desired that. It's just something that fell behind other systems in order of importance.
So how much detail can we go into the difficulty change / update thing, other than the fact that it
Other
exists?
than it's
It exists, and there's
that's
going to be.
as far as we can
It's going to
go
be
with
coming.
that.
All right. Yeah.
Are we-
sorry,
are
sorry,
We're
sorry.
not going to get into that
Are
right
we
now.
back
Yeah.
from Ugly Cam?
I think it is safe for us to go back. We have at least one mission we can show everybody.
Oh, right.
All right.
So, similar to the mysterious broadcast, we have a mysterious stranger here. He says that he and his friends are working on a chemical compound that makes zombies ignore you, and he'd like to let us try some of that. So that is an introduction to the scent block item. So this is one of our new blood plague consumables.
That's right.
I did
Everything
say-
comes with a cost.
A high cost. But in exchange for that cost, you get a powerful benefit, which I will show you after I finish talking to Ken, because that is the next step of this mission.
Yeah.
You aren't looking for me, are you?
Hi, Ken.
Let's see. He wants to take down a Juggernaut and get some choice samples, end quote.
Because he's looking for really good zombie flesh.
He needs only the best for Ken. All right, there's a few mysterious strangers
only high
now.
quality zombie flesh.
Just we only serve the finest goods here. So he wants to go there. All right. So we're gonna head down this way. You'll also
Wait,
notice that
all
we
this
switched.
cheating, you didn't cheat a car. Oh,
I mean, it's not the
he
genuine
go?
experience if we're not showing you the real stuff. So we're gonna probably just
know,
let the folks
wow,
back
yeah,
home take care of that
was a
feral.
total drive-by.
They can do that feral.
They'll be all right. So the hunter crossbow that we picked out before, we didn't really show you guys what it's best at, and what it's best at is piercing bolts. So this crossbow, let's see if I can get this shot. Yes!
Oh,
Yes.
double.
That actually worked. So the hunting crossbow and its close cousin, the Echo X2 sniper crossbow with the way cooler scope and aesthetics, are our heaviest crossbows in the game. They do the most damage per hit. They also will fire bolts that will go through unlimited numbers of zombies. So you can shoot this thing into the middle of a horde and it will take out a lot of the horde. It is a little tougher to recover your bolts after because these things will travel halfway to a ballista, but
Okay, what
they
exploded?
provide a... that was a shotgun from a random NPC somewhere nearby.
Okay, cool.
Release date for Zedhunter.
November 16th.
So you're seeing this pretty close to ship day.
That's
Yep.
right.
It's
Not
gonna
long
be-
now.
Gonna be coming out for wow. That's Friday.
It's literally Friday.
That's literally Friday.
We've been setting this up for a while. It is super exciting that this is actually coming out on Friday. All right, so there's our Juggernaut.
All right. Well, I would have used the scent block so that the Juggernaut wouldn't
Would've.
see me.
That would have been a smarter thing to do than to just focus on. But I love this crossbow though. All right, so we sort of lost him over there somewhere. He's not quite sure what's going on. So if we go ahead and use this, so you'll notice we now have this sort of plague smoke effect on the character, and also that we picked up a couple new icons in the bottom left. So
So you also picked up a good quarter bar full of blood plague.
right. Now you'll notice that plague zombie didn't see me. I went right past it, and it got very confused. Then went for my buddy Ken here, who, for all his good intentions, did not himself use some scent block.
Ken actually muttered under his breath he couldn't believe you actually put that stuff on.
Yeah, he was trying to see what would happen. He wasn't really sure. So the Juggernaut, again, it's responding to the other guy. It's not responding to me. It doesn't know I'm there. We can try the slow and steady process of crossbowing a Juggernaut to death.
Or you could
See
use
ya.
your sword.
Could, because that's definitely the way our advanced players will fight Juggernauts, with melee weapons. We can give it a shot. If you get too close to an enemy, it is possible for them to find you. Scent block lets them be unable to see you, but if you're bumping up against them, they'll know something's there. Luckily, this guy seems pretty fixated on Ken over there. So we'll see what we can do with that.
Whoop.
Whoop,
There
nope,
we
should
go.
have dodged. Missed the dodge. People need my help. Crossbows are not amazing for getting too close to enemies. Those reload times will make you think about your choices. Like not using that
Rich
against
Chalice,
him.
no, there will not be a cheat menu system in-game anytime.
No.
It's a great way to stage demonstrations. It's not as fun as you would think.
Yeah.
All right, so here the Juggernaut's starting to lose his head a little bit. And there he goes. That melee stuff helped. No, not that one. We wanted to finish her the other nearly dead thing. There
Oh,
we
there
go.
you
There
go.
we
You
go.
still got
Showing
it.
off the close combat a little bit.
There
Let
you
that
go.
karambit do some work. We karambit that Juggernaut.
You've been karambited. You've been karambit.
Indeed.
Crombone.
Cool. So
That's not going to catch on.
he's gonna give us a few. Really, we're just gonna keep trying that.
He's going to keep trying.
He's gonna
to
keep
find-
trying to make fetch happen.
I'm
Got
gonna
it.
keep trying to make Crombone happen.
Fantastic. All right, so that actually gave us a nice
Crammed, I love it.
pile of other scent block.
You've been crammed.
Also, fun fact: a lot of the stuff from the Zedhunter pack has some interesting anecdotes from our friend Kelly
Sasquatch.
Eldridge. I guess we just did that. So it's a nice little way to see how he feels about this stuff being in the world. Often to his surprise, because it doesn't come from Red Talon or anybody else he knows. I could just do that for days. This thing's got some range on it too. Like I can get way,
White Owl,
way out here.
We don't have any sort of dates for that map that they talked about.
Yeah.
No, we're working on it. We talked about a year. That's as much as we're comfortable sharing right now. But as soon as we have more, I mean, you can see how excited we are to talk about this stuff. We'll be
Yeah.
excited to talk about that then too.
Yeah, definitely.
Love it.
As soon as we have information for you, you will know that we have information for you.
You will. All right, so we've got a hostile enclave very conveniently located over here on the map. We probably have a car somewhere around here. So let's go ahead and jump in this Royale. And then I'll show you guys the bloater gas grenade. So some of you...
Do you have any fire on you?
like sources of flames,
Yes,
such
sources,
as Molotovs?
sources of flames. Yes.
No.
Because that's also like.
That's something that you can fix.
We can fix that. Let's see if it happens to. No, it didn't randomly show up in this trunk of this car for no reason. So point against us there. So why don't we do some traveling, and then we'll switch over to Ugly Cam for some questions.
Gotta get things set up a little bit.
Go ahead. I can wait. I got a bit of a drive ahead of me. It's all right.
So switch.
Switch
so
over.
yes, the
Yeah, you
ammo
can switch to ugly cam. So.
Yes.
So that we can fix problems. There we go.
So we can hack sword.
So the ammo capacities on the crossbows are all one, because there's just like the one thing, and then you put the one bolt in. And
There is
you
the
hold
one
thing
exception that we might show you guys later if we have enough time.
back. I'm doing Elgato guess.
All right, I think we're good to go. All right, so now we have, in addition to our handy-dandy new bloater gas grenades, some sources of fire. So those combine well.
How do the red talon skills work with crossbows? I don't.
So the red talon skills generally have all the benefits of all the other skills of their type. We should double check this because I haven't personally looked into that, but I'm going to guess, and then we'll confirm for you guys later on Discord, that we have the same benefit from resourcefulness for crossbows on the red talon skill, but we will need to verify that. That's generally been the approach we've taken, though. We could probably fit this, right? That's how cars
Wow.
work. Nah, that's fine. We're here.
That's
It's just one more in the wreck
I'm
pile,
not
guys.
sure
It's
you
not-
could have wedged that any more efficiently.
That car will never move again.
Like a glove.
A really uncomfortably tight glove.
Jeffrey says he thinks he put the crossbow benefit on tactics.
Tactics,
So
okay.
Right, which is the special version of wits for the red talon characters, which would mean that you do get the benefits of making the crossbow specific choice for the wit specialization if you are playing as a red talon character. So
Rage Ma, we're not answering any questions about
that stuff.
Trumbull.
the announcement
Yeah.
about Trumbull Valley.
Now we're here to talk about Zedhunter. I mean, we've got tons of new stuff for you to check out.
No.
I mean, we're showing multiple crossbows, multiple consumables, bunch of melee weapons.
And it's not
New
because
missions.
we're jerks. It's because we don't even know.
Works in progress are very
Yeah.
much in progress.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll. Yeah, so I tend to use crossbows to sort of proactively avoid threats. I'll take out the zombies before I get anywhere near them, and then just stick to smooth sailing from there.
Raper Rose, modding, we don't frown on mods. We don't support mods in any way, but, you know, you bought a game, so if you found a way to mod it, then go for it, right? If it's something you want to play.
Yep.
But we're not supporting mods in any way.
No.
But we don't frown on it.
Also, maybe my favorite thing about crossbows is you can combine them with gunslinging. We can do your best you-know-who from that one show impersonation. Always satisfying.
Nice.
Must they turn on you.
Does the reset book reset all the skills, or do you just pick
Just
one?
one.
There is a reset skill type per skill type. So there's one for fighting, one for shooting, one for wits, and one for cardio.
Yeah. So there's like the mental training book
No.
that will reset wits.
Yeah, I don't think we have any left on us, but... Got him. All right, so if I can...
Which crossbow is this one now?
So this is the light crossbow. Fastest, or one of the fastest to reload. Definitely the lightest to carry around. Not the best on
materials.
range. Oh, okay, so we've... Exactly,
Oh.
composite materials. So we've managed to find some hostiles. And we're going to show you guys the handy-dandy bloater gas grenade, which perhaps does what you would think it does, given that we're calling it the bloater gas grenade. So that spooked those guys. It scared them out of their house. It did some damage. If they get caught in the center, we'll wind up choking on it a little bit. And if you're really clever with these things, you can switch them out for a... Oh, I think we may have dropped the fire because we had too much in our bags. Good job, us.
Well, you all know how bloater gas works, so I mean, if fire is applied to the bloater gas
Yes, it'll
cloud,
explode.
It blows up. So you can actually create basically a air fuel explosive.
Yep.
with,
And we
or a
might show
fuel
that
air
again later. We got
explosive.
some time.
Yeah.
But you'll notice the guys did not run through that stuff. They didn't try and chase me. It very much kept them away. So it's really useful if you just need to get them off your back, too.
And now they're just watching you.
Yeah, I'm
get
not gonna.
mauled by
Yeah,
zombies.
this isn't gonna go
Yeah,
well. So I'm gonna
the-
eat a scent block. Although these guys, given that they can already see me, aren't going to let up. Once they got your scent, they're going. But their friends will not be able to. And because I brought the light crossbow, I can reload a little bit faster than before, and so maybe we'll be able to take those guys out, and then get the hell out of Dodge before these guys really
So
dial
now,
in on us.
why aren't you using your bloater gas grenades to try to get rid of those zombies, Brian?
Because bloater gas doesn't hurt zombies.
Oh wow! So
they
that's
will
a,
have-
that's a tool to use against hostile NPCs
And not specifically zombies.
I see.
Zombies will have trouble seeing through it, but it's not going to do too much against them. All right, let me see if I can pull off a... Bit of a... Oh, okay. That's one Hail Mary. See if I can get the second. Find wherever this guy is. This is a bad decision. You shouldn't... You don't do this if you're playing the game. I'm beat up. I'm like 3/4 to having Blood Plague. Should not be trying to fight hostiles in this state.
Luckily, every single... What? Oh, there we go.
Ah, got him.
Luckily,
Right through the neck.
every single one of the characters in the community has a fairly solid loadout on them, so just in case you want to go back, you can do that.
We'll be okay.
You could also call in artillery strikes.
Oh, that's always helpful. Also, you loot close combat weapons now.
Yeah.
Minor change. You guys get a little bit easier access to the variety we have in the game. Also, if you take them home, you can salvage them for a part. Make sure they don't just build up on you.
A part.
A part.
One part.
They're not. There's not a lot of material in there, but it's not nothing. Get some value out of that. All right. So we showed off a mission. We showed off scent block. We've got some other consumables we can take a look at.
Here's a
Do
good
we have
question.
time for some questions?
Can I use bloater gas against teammates in multiplayer?
No.
No. If you can, that is a bug. Please tell us and we will fix it.
It's not something that is going to find. You're not going to find it particularly useful for
'Cause-
griefing or other such
Yeah,
endeavors.
that wouldn't be cool.
Yeah,
Some randoms come into your game and kill.
You call for a
everybody in
flare
your
and they
base.
just
Yeah.
smoke
Yeah.
you out. No, it's not.
It works basically the same as all of the other like explosives and fire things. You can, it will cause some like movement and visual effect, but it won't actually like damage or seriously wound you.
Correct. Can we switch cameras for a bit and then we'll show off some more consumables after that? You guys can do some
Yes.
questions? Okay.
Here. Hi.
Hello,
Cool.
everyone. Any questions?
Any questions?
Real Trev says, I used to be a survivor like you. Then I took an arrow to the neck.
How long have you been waiting to say that joke? That's A+. It's good.
I think NPCs do have the new hand-to-hand weapons. Like everything just is showing up in loot tables
Yeah, no,
now,
this
right?
is all just a part of the game. Some
Yeah.
of it's in loot tables, some of it's from missions, some of it you will find on characters in the world. Some of them in multiple places. Some of the crossbows are harder to find than others. In fact, if we'll hold on just one more second, I could show you guys something I expect all of you will try very hard to find. Will take you some doing.
Kills Capo,
There we go.
we have 8 new crossbows, and
Cassette.
we're in the process of showing all of them.
Yep.
Speaking of showing them,
So we showed you the light crossbow. We showed you the heavy crossbow. We also have the very unique repeating crossbow, which is a magazine-fed pump-action crossbow for repeat rapid fire. Reloads faster than the rest. Very low range. It's not something you can use a lot for sniping, but oh, is that a feral? Oh, that is perfect. All right, so we can take pot shots at this guy, and he won't hear us or know we're even trying. So we have a lot of opportunities to try and get him. He's going to hear the little bit of noise it makes when these bolts land, but he's not going to know they're coming from me. So he's just super confused, super pissed off, running in circles, dog chasing a truck.
especially with that scent block on.
No, this is the Zedhunter experience right there.
Okay,
There, got him.
There
Got
we
him.
go.
So you only took 7 shots. And if we go back over there, like the other crossbows, the bolts on this one are oftentimes recoverable, so we should be able to get a few of these back. So there were 2 stuck in him, and they dropped as one collectible pile.
Yeah.
And then we got a couple more on this tire. So we shot, 7 and got 4 back? That's not
Something
bad.
like
Undead Mark says, I like the hairstyle progression of our stream. I'm assuming starting from nothing.
Working your way up to
Yeah.
greatness.
Way to go, Mark. Thanks for adding that.
Insult to what's the other word now? All right, so we showed you guys scent block. We also have Zedrenalin pills and Zedeye. So Zedrenalin, you can see, has this little stamina and health icon on the bottom left here. This is really good. Oh, perfect.
Oh yeah, fight that. Fight
let's
that
fight this
fucking
juggernaut.
Hey,
Yeah.
Family stream.
I mean, the characters say it, so I don't know how that works.
We don't say it.
Okay, we don't say it. Got it. All right, so this is normally a bad decision, running directly into a juggernaut with nothing but a crossbow. Now, if I take this Zedrenalin pill and I start fighting him, so he couldn't see me because of the scent block, but then he saw me because I wailed on, and I watch my health and watch my stamina. He's hitting me, he's doing damage, but it's coming back. All I have to do is keep my distance with him for a little while, and I will get
Adrenaline.
and I will slowly recover. Now, like the other plague consumables, this does cost some blood plague. You'll notice my infection meter in the bottom left went up a little bit.
Yep.
And we're going to start making this guy into a big old nasty porcupine. So the repeater is a little better than the light crossbow for this because the actual damage per second on this guy is more appreciable. But with the 10-round magazine and slick pump action. So now that we have literally filled this face with wood, we can see his decorations over there. See if we can finish him off. So like again, I can watch me sprint around and then watch how much longer I can sprint because I've got this adrenaline cranking up my stamina regen.
How long does it last?
I want to say like 5 minutes. Like it's a long duration. These things are high risk, high reward consumables. I think we'll put this guy down. Keep trying.
Come on.
See, eventually
So
he'll go down.
He has so many bullets
How
in
many-
his face.
How many licks, Brent? How many licks to get to the
Get
center of the
chewy
Tootsie
center?
Pop?
I have no... This is
There
really
he goes.
bad.
I wonder if I can just... I think I can actually... No, wait. This will work. This will work. This will eventually work.
Brian.
Eventually. There!
we go.
Ah!
There we
Got
go.
it.
And look at that.
The answer was 25.
25
Took 25 light bolts to bring down a Juggernaut. The world will, in fact, know.
Jeffrey says Hellraiser Easter egg. Yes.
You'll also notice the light bolts don't actually knock the limbs off of these guys. You need the bigger crossbows for that. But if we switch to a larger one, you'll notice that the effect on the zombies is a little bit more severe. So that repeater is nice because it's fast, but the smaller bolts aren't quite as powerful. So you have choices to make about what kind of crossbow you want to use and how you want to use it in combat. I do love the zoom on this thing.
Let's see. Have we looked at all of the consumables yet?
There is one more.
We are waiting for nighttime.
Waiting for nighttime.
Yes, no, we are slowly approaching the part of the game where our final consumable will be useful.
Oh, you
And that-
also haven't shown the scent pots, whatever they're called.
the bait.
Yeah, the bait.
There's also bait. That would have been useful against the hostile
That
humans,
would
wouldn't
have
it?
been useful.
Alas.
That's what I use against hostiles. I just throw the bait.
Let the zombies do the work.
Yeah.
No, so the zombie bait, which we will show you shortly, is it's another consumable. It works sort of like the firecrackers, except the zombies will prioritize targets over it. So it'll draw them to a place, but it won't stop them from fighting. So you can throw it at hostile humans, and rather than just stare at the firecrackers, the zombie bait will get those zombies close enough to pick up those humans as targets. And you can let them do some of your fighting for you.
When you shoot an arrow at a Zed, can you recover the arrows back after the kill? We just saw that.
Yes, we can.
With the Juggernaut had 25 that Brian shot into his noggin.
So let's go ahead and miss a bunch. We'll show this off.
So some arrows, when they hit, have a chance to break, especially if they hit like a hard surface.
Yep. So here you can see.
But you'll be able to recover.
In this case, there were 3 in that zombie when it died. That may or may not include the one that hit the head. And that all got dropped as one thing I could very quickly pick up just by walking over it and hitting Y. And that gave me back my bolts. Oh, I didn't think I got that one. All right, so it's getting a little darker. It'll probably get a little darker still. As you guys are likely well aware, if you're watching our stream, we have a very dark nighttime in this game. It can be very difficult to see because it's supposed to be pretty scary. You're going out at night. There are zombies all over the place. It's not going to be a good time. If you want to get a little bit of a leg up over the competition here, you can pop our latest and greatest Zedhunter,
Oh, look at
and the
that.
whole world just lights up around you.
Finally.
Also, keep an eye on the mini-map. Literally every zombie is showing up on the mini-map right now.
So your senses are heightened. You can see more zombies farther away. You can pick them out in the night. You might even try and snipe them with a crossbow from great distance in what looks like utter darkness, because you have tricked yourself out with the Zedhunter kit. It's actually a lot of fun, especially if you can find a feral. Sniping ferals with crossbows is quickly becoming a pastime. Let's see if I can get that guy. There we go.
Yeah, I'll actually leave my base at night now.
Yeah, exactly. So for players that felt that was just one, if that straw was breaking the camel's back, you've got a way past it now. I think if we switch to the heavier crossbows, we can even knock this guy's helmet out.
So you can craft all these consumables, right?
Yes, so we're going to probably show that last. So there's a specific mission that awards the, I think it's the biochem station. We'll probably just, does that happen to already be at our base, Jeff?
No, I actually did not put that in there.
It's all right. So we will acquire that.
Reaper, I can lower my gamma now. Yes. Yes, you can.
We know, dude. And yes, yes, you can.
Our art team will be happy.
We will all be happy. Nobody hates a game to be all blown out. So yeah, I can see well into the distance with this. You can see like I could be sniping guys as far away as I can find them.
Oh, hi, Abra. Abradini asks, are these just things we can also just find looting?
Yes. In fact, if we, it's as random as the rest of the game, right? But we put this into all the other systems. So there are some crossbows that are guaranteed to drop from places like survival stores or barns, the way that firearms are. There are others that you can only get through missions. So look out for any mysterious broadcast or mysterious stranger missions showing up on your map. Those are all our brand new Zedhunter content and are a fast path to all the new stuff we're talking about.
And these will start showing up on people's existing maps, right? They're not
Oh, yeah.
going to go to a new map?
You don't need to do a damn thing. It'll just start appearing. As far as the game knows, this stuff is just a part of it. It's not treated specially. It's not locked up like any DLC. It's just there.
Nice.
You just got it. All right, so now probably going to head back over to base, and then we will look at
I don't believe there's a Red Talon version of crossbows, are there?
No. Crossbows are either civilian make, or some of them have this very mysterious echo classification.
That's right.
That will
there's
be
Echo.
stuff for you all to think about.
Oh, that's not Red Talon?
No.
Oh, wow.
Science
I don't
fact.
even know.
It's very mysterious. You see.
It is.
They are
It's very-
mysterious broadcasts.
There's a lot of mysteriousness.
There is. All right, so I think we might want to do one more questions and ugly cam session so we can set up a mission which will get us the crafting stuff.
Jazzy, if you use that during daytime, are you blinded? No.
No.
No, it's not.
It actually
not so
doesn't.
bad.
You can also...
I don't believe it actually functions during.
Not the way it does at night. No,
Yeah.
we can show that off in a bit. So what do we need? You guys should take some questions. It's going to take me a second to set this
Ugly
up.
Cam.
It is on Ugly Cam.
Okay.
Were there changes coming for Red Talon? From Black Ops.
There's
I don't know.
there's some balance
I don't know.
stuff coming down the pipe. I'm not sure where it is, so we're not going to talk about it in detail yet. But
Yeah.
So most likely no for this update.
no, I think there's a yeah. No, man, we'll wait till we can say any of that in a
And, like,
confident way. But
right.
and it's stuff that you would expect with a regular update. It's balanced weeks for primarily.
Yeah.
So we want. Let's say this.
Yeah, we've got gonna have a balance patch coming, and then we've also got some
Some new stuff.
I'm pretty sure we've got some numbers tweaks in here
Yes.
as well. Bunch of stuff.
Cool.
Septic Aussie, thank you for being a fan.
Yeah,
You
definitely.
know, any opportunity to get more content out to the people who like our game,
Yep.
we're all for. Especially now that we're part of the big mothership. Right?
Yep.
We're not begging for coins on the side of this
Yep.
or the street corner anymore. Let's see.
That project is finished. What's next?
Guys, we'll keep going. We're getting closer.
Pretty sure. Does that just give you all of the?
Sailor Wolf
supposed to.
says, Jeff, you need a beard.
I've tried.
One of
it.
these things is not like the other.
I've tried. It doesn't work.
Well, we'll have Carol make you a yarn beard.
All right, fantastic. I think we're almost ready to get you guys back online. All right, let's do it.
Okay. Oh,
That means let's change the
Yeah,
camera.
we can get off Ugly Cam now.
Yeah,
There
back
we
to
go.
Meanwhile,
Excellent.
in the game you're here to see. So, if we go to a field hospital or an infirmary, we can scroll past this prodigious list of facility mods, and you will see the Advanced Biochem Station, which is a unique reward for some of our new missions that'll show up with the Zedhunter pack. We will install that. Probably have to go back to Ugly Cam to see it finished, unless you guys want to vamp for 3 minutes and
yes.
50 seconds.
P1 Gamer says he's going to go crazy with with that crossbow.
We
Nice.
all have and encourage you to do the same. It's fantastic for that. You can basically, if you're proactive enough, you can never actually bump into a zombie because you're stalking them all from the shadows before they get to you. All right, so now that this is done installing, we'll see the new icon show up on the right for craft biochem items. So we can go over to here. And at long last, you guys have something to do with all those piles and piles of plague samples you've been sitting on.
Yep.
So for the low price of 25 plague samples, 2 chemicals, and 2 meds, you can make 3 of your own scent block. For slightly more chemicals and fewer meds, you can crank out some Zedeye. For no meds but more chemicals, you can make your own adrenaline. You can also make the bloater gas grenades or bloater cloud grenades that you saw us using earlier. There is, as a reward for one of these missions, a special M203 gas launcher that fires these unique launcher rounds, so you can shoot bloater gas grenades even farther at hostile targets. Again, plague samples and chemicals, and then some fuel and parts. And then we also have
We lost.
zombies,
It
which is the other thing that we're going to be showing you guys in a bit.
does disappear.
So we'll go over to the base and grab some of that in a bit. Now it's really getting... So this is night with Zedeye having expired, and then this is like about as dark as it gets, and then watch how much lighter it's going to get after we use it. So that's like the deepest, darkest of night and how much of a benefit you get from that.
B2Z Delta O2. There are no voluntary positions at this company. They would
Yes,
be.
we are all being kept here by force. Please, please send help.
We're trapped.
Though if labor laws allowed it, we'd have like 37,000 developers on this game.
It's a lot.
because
It's a
lots
lot of
people
developers.
would love to.
How about I not get sick and die out here?
Now, having used a third play consumable, this character is getting pretty close to sick.
This is a good question from Soviet Manhunters. Are there going to be new achievements?
Yeah. Actually, one of them just popped up. There's at least one for using the skill respect textbooks. I actually don't remember the full list. There's a lot.
We are not.
Yeah, we're not actually.
We're not getting chat right now.
Oh, is chat not coming through at all? Do we have the other stream thing we were using?
Alright, last mag in.
So we might want to.
Wait, are we still live?
Yeah, we are still live.
Okay.
Here, why don't we go? I think we're getting the live stream channel on the right. Should give us some information.
Yeah. We are getting some choice comments highlighted by our wonderful community manager, Megan.
Thank you.
Are the difficulty increases in this update? No.
No.
That is an in progress effort. We will have more to say about it in the future when it is less in progress.
Yeah.
Right. Like, there's some numbers tweaks. I think the way that like plague samples are dropping, like the mechanics for that are slightly different. So that so like the rate at which they're actually dropping is going to be different in this update.
We did have to do some work so that we could make them drop more frequently when you use a crossbow, which is also how we basically had to put in a system to make that a stat.
Yep.
And so now we also that's what allows the skill to affect their drop rate. So I think we also have some other stuff we didn't pick. I will always pick acrobatics. I freaking love that dodge roll. And then got to do sword play with all these melee weapons we have. It does look like my Mamba is getting a bit damaged. I think we have some more stuff at home. So why don't we grab this very
Taxi.
conveniently located taxi. Slightly less conveniently smoking.
There goes my last shot.
Yeah, Restream's dead.
Oh. All right, well, I think we're just
Yeah,
going to
it
have
looks
to
like-
rely on our help.
Yeah, we've got chat coming in through all the individual streams, but we don't have all of those
There we go.
showing up. Yeah.
This car is beat up.
Damn it, restream.
Alas.
So we shall be relying on.
Jeffrey, just bring all your kids with you into the office. We need you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh wait,
got
here we go.
some
It
back.
caught up. Wait, maybe.
It's trying to catch up.
Trying to catch up. We've got messages from 141. Cool.
All right.
Do we have hidden achievements? That's a.
I don't know. You have to find out.
Yeah. That's a perfectly good answer.
Yeah, we
That's a
actually
very
don't
good
know.
answer.
They hid them from us.
They're that hidden. All right, so we'll.
So Leon, it should not matter if you start a new map or stay on the same map.
Yeah, it's literally like the same loot
Yeah.
tables we use for the regular game, the same systems that give you missions, all that knows about the Zedhunter stuff, and includes it of a piece with all the stuff that was there when we launched the game.
Yeah. If you find a barn that you hadn't looted before after we release the DLC, then you should have a chance at finding a crossbow in it,
Yep, and probably some bolts too.
and probably some bolts.
And then I think survival stores and gun stores are also pretty likely places to drop them. And more importantly, you can just make them yourself at home.
Yep.
As soon as you up your tier 1 workshop can make bolts. As soon as you upgrade your workshop once, you can make your own crossbow. And then if you happen to have a engineer and you upgrade it again, you can do the homemade scoped crossbow.
David Rigby, this update comes out
Friday.
Friday.
It's
2
Friday.
days from
We're
now.
so close.
Yeah.
All right, let's switch out all this stuff we've already used.
Switch characters to someone who isn't dying.
Well,
Oh, there's also like 10 bottles of blood plague cure in.
I mean, that is a helpful thing, especially in a world where
In a
you are
world.
getting
You're
plague.
actually giving yourself blood plague now.
Right, so we'll go ahead and grab one of these. Just go ahead and take care of that. Okay. And then we have
What is the durability for the new melee weapons compared to the
existing
vanilla
ones?
game?
We'll show you. So here are some Mambas. It's not the most durable weapon in the world. The wooden bat's a little bit more durable, but it's a little bit more durable than a pipe. So there you go. We got a couple others to show you. We have the Bokens in here.
I think a couple of the characters have a boken on them.
Okay.
I don't remember. I don't think I made a bunch of them and then just dropped them off in the locker.
That's all right. We can also show you the Stiletto, the Tonto, and the Wraith. So the Wraith is like a very straight blade, Eastern style weapon. So I think the actual term is a ninjato, a ninjato, something like that.
fuck if I know.
It's actually a
don't
real
know.
style of weapon.
Sounds like a Lego movie that came out a couple years ago.
You're not wrong. I'm sure somebody who knows about this stuff will
Ninja
chime in on chat and let
I
us know.
think, was that the one?
Ninja
So
Toes.
Ninja Toe. It's Ninja-to, however you pronounce that. My Japanese is terrible. So I'm not
Sure.
sure with the Wraith yet, but here's our stiletto in action. Probably a little dark to see that. Could grab some more Zedhunter.
Yes, there will be some new books that allow you to respec some of your specializations.
Yep, I can. I'll go hover over those real quick, and you guys can grab frames later.
Also, there are training books for some of the new 5th skills, right? The skills?
So there's some new quirk skill stuff on the rare skills trader, I believe. Shows up from time to time.
Like recycling.
Yes, and soundproofing and sleep psychology. There's a bunch of fun stuff that'll give you some unique community bonuses. You guys can track that level of specificity down once the stuff drops on Friday.
Jeffrey
here's
also
our
says
training
there are
manuals.
also 6 new normal skill books.
Excellent. So lots of reading for you guys to do. Lots of opportunities to check out some new stuff. Here we go. Grab some zombait. And then because we cured ourselves, we can go right back in. Some more Zedhunter. It's easy to get used to this stuff. It's really easy to see at night with it. Bounce over here. And let's see.
Now, this isn't to say you can reset your 5th skill in any way.
Correct. Those are still very much a part of the character. Once you've got one of those, that's the one you've got. It's not changing up anymore. So if you guys
That's
look,
a good sword.
it's a really good sword. It's about the same durability as the previous one.
Mark Lautenbach, Undead Mark, made all of those melee weapons, by the way,
Actually-
for this update.
Yep. So I'll show you the stiletto a little bit better now that you can actually see. So I mean, it's a stiletto. It's pretty thin. They're supposed to be. You can get real pokey stabby with it. Let's see. Let's find somebody to use this zombait with. We'll put that right back on. So that will go ahead and grab some zombie attention. So you can look on the map like how big that effect is and how many zombies it's dragging in. This thing is potent. Actually, it's a fun fact. If you have scouting or Zedhunter active and you look at your main map, you can see the same zombie dots you'd see on your mini map. Now we're going to be real careful now because that's a lot of zombies. That was near a plague heart. It's getting dense over there. Probably not going to try and fight them all just yet.
You don't need to fight them all because you can call in an artillery strike.
That's true. You did say that we had that radio command in there.
Yes.
Zombies are like, what?
They're all like, "What is happening?" And they're gone. There's a few of these. There was the mortar, etc., etc. Let's see. We could probably do some more stuff with missions. How much time we got left? Got 13 minutes.
Yeah. Because he only actually did one of the missions.
We did one of the missions, which was go kill a juggernaut while using scent block. So check.
Check.
Try and fire off some others. Although really, we don't want to spoil too much of the missions. We want you guys to see that stuff yourself. They're also a great way to get your hands on this stuff if you're really hankering to see all the new content and you don't want to just let the loot tables feed it to you at the fixed rate. Those missions are a great way to chase it.
Once your community has eliminated all the blood plague and can't get more samples, can you get them from traders?
Huh.
No, plague samples are not something that you'll see enclaves carrying around. If you're really hankering for more samples and you've cleared off all the hearts and you're not feeling like doing your legacy just yet, you can move to a new map where you will find more plague hearts and more plague zombies and thus more plague samples.
So there you go.
Let's see. Get me a crossbow. We could try the show off the gas launcher. Haven't done that yet. And what crossbow do we want?
Any new blunt weapons?
Yes. So there is a masterwork bookend.
Do we know who has it?
I don't.
Let's see if we can.
Just switch to everyone.
Crossbows do not break.
Nope, they never break or jam. Let's see, there we go.
There we go.
This is the Masterwork Bokken. It is a very quiet. It is the only very quiet blunt weapon in the game.
Yep. It is a wooden training sword.
Yep. So you can see the quietness stat being
Absolutely
nearly
max.
full bar. Yeah.
Yeah.
We got another sniper
Cerebral
bow.
Misa says, any CPAP mobs for the sleep quarters? Mobs for the sleep quarters?
I mean, they'd have to require power, right? I mean,
Nullify the snoring people.
that'd be hilarious. I mean, I guess we could try a crazy version of the white noise machine, but Those are pretty similar.
Yeah, the white noise
The way that they manifest. That's a juggernaut.
That is
I
a
wanna-
juggernaut.
Oh yeah, but it's a crossbow, so I can shoot him and he won't know I hit him. He'll just get confused and mad. Just keep staring ominously in this direction, jiggling slightly. Yeah, so if you have a lot of patience, crossbows will reward you for it. But being that they are crossbows, they will in certain cases ask for your patience as you slowly reload these large, powerful
Right,
bolts.
that's the trade-off.
Now this, as a piercing crossbow, is probably not leaving bolts behind in him. These are actually going into the future.
Break out the heavy artillery on this free.
You're getting awful close.
Yeah, but that time we actually managed to stun him. It will not happen again this time. This was a bad decision. Oh, wow, okay. Let's see if we can hit him with the
Bonk.
broken. Yep. So that happened. And that happened. I thought I hit dodge fast enough. I was wrong. Yeah, we get it. You're mad. All right, buddy.
Hey, Fallout girl. Good to see you.
Just gotta find a fire.
Frank Castle, did you come here just to,
Be Frank Castle.
just to, like, complain because there's a lot? I mean, we're trying as hard as we can to add content that is.
I mean, you can play the game differently. It changes
Yeah.
things up. There we go.
Go.
Got him.
We do have things in the works. Stay tuned. Exciting stuff.
Yeah, we're always trying to make this game
Yeah.
better.
Yep.
So.
We're all busy over here. Just take an arm off that guy. He didn't need it.
Nah.
If I can line up a double leg shot. I mean,
You spilled her guts out.
yeah,
too.
I mean, I didn't miss.
Technically, no. You didn't have anything super productive, but you did not miss.
Down he goes. So if you guys actually watch the mini-map, when I'm swinging the boken, it's not making those little noise pings. The zombies themselves will still make some noise while you fight them, but the melee weapons we've added in exchange for some trade-offs don't make noise themselves when you hit. So right there, nothing, nothing, nothing. Right at the end there, we get the extra noise from the kill, but nothing until that point. Wait for this to load.
Nice.
Down they go.
Gross.
I mean, yeah.
No more of that.
All right. I think we've seen today's batch of content pretty well.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah,
So,
so,
I guess-
to reiterate,
Yeah.
8 new crossbows.
Yep.
Actually, okay, crossbows. First
Crossbows as a concept.
Crossbows.
8 of them.
8 of them.
3 new melee weapons, 3 new close combat weapons.
Yep.
Bunch of
Consumables.
consumables.
Yep.
Some
The
yeah,
4 consumables, a new
cool
or
consumables
5 including
that
the
also hurt
grenade.
you,
Yeah.
but they're worth it, right?
Yes.
For very specific jobs.
Long duration, special benefit stuff that we haven't had in the game before. Seeing at night, being able to use a consumable to see more zombies on the minimap.
New
Crazy
ways-
health and stamina regen.
New ways to deal with hostile enclaves by letting the zombies do
the work for you.
dirty work, or inspiring the zombies to do the dirty work.
Yep.
Oh, we did have a question from Hansel Adolo about how long it took to add the crossbows. That was an undertaking.
There was a lot of there were a lot of phases to that, like figuring out what the core experience should be, how we should change our existing systems to support it. You know, how much of it was a gun and how much of it was not a gun. Getting the timing and the speed took a bunch of effort.
Yeah, getting the camera adjustments, making sure that it actually looked good.
Figuring out how to make a reload in a way that works with the way our movement systems work.
Figuring out where the bolt comes from when you fire it.
Yes, that was a fun exercise. Had to do a lot of research, look at the way a lot of other games try to solve similar problems.
Like if you look at the arrow shooting in Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, if the arrow literally spawns like right where your camera is, it doesn't even bother pretending like it's coming from Link's bow.
They're also shooting like basically footballs.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
those
they're
are huge,
They're
glowy
huge.
particle balls that can hit stuff. So it's easy to hit stuff, but you know, in a more realistic game, we have to be a little bit more precise, and so
Yeah.
we have to make it feel correct for a crossbow, right? Deliver on that experience people want when they think of a crossbow in the zombie apocalypse, but still make it fundamentally usable and balance it against the other choices they could make.
Yeah.
It is generally not the choice you'd make with a feral. I think we'll find a way.
I don't know why you were even bothering aiming with the crossbow against the feral.
Good luck on the reload.
It's not now. Now you just challenged me.
This will be a good way to.
Oh, to get murdered on the out.
That's right.
Well, we'll see how I do. Ah! Got him.
Get him?
I got him
Nice.
an inch from my face.
Oh no way!
Oh, that was not looking
I don't like
good.
to encourage that kind of behavior.
No, it's not responsible.
We do have a question about adding an option to change the name of our communities. I don't think that's gonna happen really. Anything that really involves adding text entry is not something that we're quite equipped to handle at the moment.
No, there's some side effects to that sort of thing, but we've certainly thought about it.
Yeah, we have.
Probably keep thinking about it for the time being. Find some bolts left over from our earlier fights. Pick those up from the battlefield.
I don't think you can pin zombies with a crossbow.
No.
Dan
It's not
was asking.
not quite. That's not quite how that works.
Yeah, you can stick bolts in the zombies, but you can't stick the zombies to things.
Our zombies are very good at falling apart. They don't really stick to much.
Yeah.
You can knock their legs out. You can cut their torsos open. You can take their heads out. There we go. I think it is also worth a note that when you respec, it tends to slow your skill growth down in the future. So it'll take you a little bit more time to build yourself back up. But it's often well worth it.
So is it just in that particular skill or in all skills?
I believe it isn't just the skill that we specialize in that moment.
How long before the bolts disappear? The ones that are sitting there.
They're actually in your save. We'll
Yeah.
save a certain number of them on the map as long as we can. At some point, you'll have shot more than we have memory to hold on to, and then we'll start letting go of the oldest ones.
Yeah. So if you need them, pick them up.
Yep.
Don't
Leave them sit. I mean, they might be there, but it's the apocalypse. Stuff expires.
Yep.
There's no guarantee you'll find it there if you leave it for many, many hours.
Yep. Pick it
Plus,
up.
if some random Cletus walks by and sees it,
Yep.
he's not going to leave it there.
I don't know if we showed off the Tonto, but this is the Tonto. It's actually my favorite of our new melee weapons. And this character's actually got close combat, so she can make the best of it.
No, there are not explosive arrows or fire arrows.
Yeah.
We did not do alternating ammo types. We would have had to basically create a new class.
Yeah, much like how
It would have taken a lot of resources and time that would have meant other stuff had to get sacrificed. And
Right.
game dev is always a balancing act of how much time on each thing and how big should each thing be, and how do you know how much people actually want something until it's gone out the door.
Yeah, that's
But,
kind of how we've got our fire grenade launcher and our regular grenade launcher, and those are two different weapons.
Yep. Would have to work.
We don't have fire grenades and regular grenades to go in that launcher.
Exactly. So I got the knockback. I didn't get the multi-kill. All right, let's see if we can...
I don't. Kate says, well, I don't know what you're referring to. What name did you say? I don't. I'm old and infirm. Forgive me. I've forgotten why I'm even here right now.
there's a multi-kill. Just gotta line it up.
I'm pretty sure we're here to provide color commentary while someone who actually knows what he's doing.
Oh yeah, I would have died 300 times by now.
I've played this game a lot, guys. I've certainly
So
spent enough hours
I did
tuning
find
this stuff.
myself like sitting in my base and seeing just how far I could get kills with the,
Nice.
arcing up.
Oh, especially you can do go up on a billboard or something. Take some pot shots from
Yeah,
up
there
there.
was some super distant shots.
Yep.
It's a lot of fun. Just talk about tacos. Dart, seriously. Now we're getting into serious stuff here.
Take our tacos very
Yeah, I
seriously
didn't
at
have
Undead Labs.
lunch. Like we had a meeting and that ran longer than I thought it was going to. So I popped in here to make sure that the stream setup was working, and it wasn't. So I spent all the time I was supposed to eat lunch.
He
making
literally
sure-
brought his computer from his desk
I
into the
brought my
streaming
computer
room
over, yep.
so we could show you guys this lovely stuff today.
So I had a protein bar for lunch, and now we're talking about tacos.
It's really insult to injury is what it is. It's not an ideal way to be.
I got a meeting at 3.
So do I. I'm gonna
So-
go get tacos.
Somebody offered to just make you tacos.
That's
deep.
That might be a good idea.
Yeah.
Capal's
How
right
about
across the street.
How
There's
about a crossbow taco? Now you are talking.
A taco launcher, if you will. A taco pult? A taco lista. Taco lista.
Taco lista.
That's what it is.
Lista.
That's something else entirely, I think.
Set off that screamer.
This is my favorite. Popping bloaters with crossbows. So
Oh, yeah.
satisfying.
Abra, do you share Fallout's hatred of tacos? Because if you do,
What? I'm hurt and confused. I think we actually changed it so some kinds of fire will ignite that. Yes!
Oh, nice.
Yep.
Totally works.
Yep.
If you can get the firecrackers right next to where the bloater goes off. I'm gonna set up a little delayed reaction there. Dance, dance, my pretties!
I never even thought about that.
At some point, we decided fire should do it, and then we had a lot of bugs of, well, this is fire. Well, this is fire.
and it doesn't
This is
work.
basically fire. No, you're right. Let's
Yeah.
fix it.
Yeah, for Daybreak when we need the fuel bombs, or the fire bomb,
Fire bombs.
whatever the big things that just immediately explode things
Yep.
with fire. We added a bunch of I added the
We now
ability
had
to,
support.
Yes, to add fire to explosions, and then everyone just started adding fire to all their explosions, and then I got a
And
whole bunch of bugs.
Now a lot of
because,
explosions turn on bloater clouds. It's great.
Yeah.
Okay, Sizzle, those are banned. That's a bannable offense saying that you prefer burritos over tacos.
Wait, hang on.
I'm just saying.
Wait, hang on.
You ask them politely but firmly to leave.
Mods, can we ban him for life, please?
You're banned for incorrect food preferences.
So I
except
agree.
burritos are actually legitimately superior. They're like a
You
self-contained thing.
hold your
You
tongue,
can,
sir.
You can just kind of like
Here.
pick them up and
Security.
you can just kind of.
Security.
Can we get somebody in here? This is not.
Man, I've always
This is not
I've always
acceptable.
I've always been slightly concerned about being fired for something I've said on stream, but
That was a fireable
That was
offense in
the
my
line,
opinion.
my friend. It was
I
right
didn't
there.
think it would be about burritos.
It was about burritos. Now you know. I would say knowing is half the battle, but it was the whole battle that you've lost.
Yeah, fine.
All right, so let's go pick
All
up all
right.
these bolts I've been shooting from across
Well,
the
hey
world.
guys, this is it.
This is
Yep.
it.
That
We
was
have
that.
reached our time. Take the opportunity to thank you two. Brian, thanks for showing us all of the new gear.
Absolutely.
Jeff, thanks for stepping in as Jeffrey 2.0. Because
0.5.
we don't need him until the next stream when everything breaks.
Yeah. Sorry, Jeffrey. I really hope you had all of your stuff in OBS saved out in advance because I'm pretty sure I messed it all up.
And mostly, I want to thank everybody from Twitch, Mixer, YouTube, all of our fans for playing State of Decay, for hanging out with us. We owe it all to you. And like we've said many times, we're going to continue to try to keep this game interesting and fun and exciting and adding new cool stuff. And thanks again for hanging with us. And we will see you next week.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
All right. Where's the outro
The
button?
button is right. So I wonder if I
The show
shoot
is over.
the
Go
sun
play
if
a
I
video
can get
game.
a light crossbow.
No. The show is over.